we've now had a good look around the learning zone. We've had a look at the variety of spaces, the range of spaces that you've got, and the way they connect. But there needs to be a role, presumably, to coordinate that and lead that, to bring that all together, to improve the learning outcomes for the young people. So how do you lead that? How do you work in the space to make that happen?
Okay, so having a really close team is key to running a space like this. And one thing that we do to make sure that we have a close team is make sure we do a lot of collaborative planning. We need to work together to know what our next steps are. Another really important part about working together is on the job reflection. We do lots of reflection in the middle of a lesson, at the end of a lesson. Having a team here means that we can do that very well and ensure that we know the next steps for the learners to make sure they are challenged appropriately and to move them on in a particular way. From my point of view as a team leader, having the sightlines mean that I can make sure that the quality of teaching that's happening is a really high standard. I can always see the pace of the lessons, I can see the quality and the input, and that was really important to me.
And so having the approach in this sort of space, does that allow you to do a lot of regrouping and refocusing and perhaps get the right intervention quickly into the space as you see that happening?
Absolutely, having the flexible furniture and having a space that you can change and move as you see fit and as needed means that we can have small groups working together, we can have small group intervention and collaborative work, and we can have individual stations if we need to for children. So it gives us real flexibility to make sure we can shape the learning and shape the space as it's needed for the group of learners that are working that day.
And I guess when learners are going onto a directed task or when they have some choice over what they do you find that they enjoy being able, when given the chance, to work in different spaces and in different ways? Because I notice a lot of small spaces, group spaces, spaces that seem to me, when I walk around the area, that are well used when they've been stopped being directed as part of the learning.
Absolutely. I think having children have their own responsibility to lead their own learning, not only from an academic point of view, from a space they're working in, a group they're working in, means that we really do get the best quality from those learners and mean that they achieve much higher outcomes than that may be otherwise possible in a more traditional environment.
And I noticed looking around that it seems to me that you can work as a teacher and a team of teachers from a number of different places in the area. And I guess, does the technology match that?
Absolutely. All of our technology is very flexible. It means that anything that you see in this room is not fixed. So our screens are movable. We do a lot of handheld technology we have, and that's all supported by the children using their own devices, using mobile devices, so they can take them anywhere they need to. And the space is designed and the technology needs to support it, and it does really well.
And presumably the acoustics and the sound levels help the noise level when you're on joint planned activity across the space.
I think the fact that we don't have to plan for the acoustics, we don't have to think that it's going to be a problem, shows to you that actually it works in the way that we'd want it to be. Is never a problem with it working within the space.
Thank you.